Hi there, I'm So from the Big Journey Company and welcome to the What's in My Bag guides. So we're going to start thinking about clothing now. We're going around Europe. You can't trust the weather the same way you used to be able to. So I'm going to give you some general ideas that you can then personalise on. So we'll just go through the kind of things that I would pack on this trip. So first of all, the fairly obvious. Gents, socks, boxer shorts, budgie smugglers, whatever your poison. Now, ladies, I've particularly put together a sports bra. Depending on the itinerary that you are thinking of, maybe during your trip you're going on a jeep ride for an afternoon or you're doing some kind of activity that you're going to get jostled about, you may wish to think about putting a sports bra in for yourselves as well. Now, I normally take a few different types of trousers depending on the trip and what's on the itinerary. So these are just normal hiking pants. They're lightweight because we're expecting potentially some heat. So I'll take maybe some of these. Think about something smart casual for the evening maybe. We're not necessarily dressing for the evening as such. We'll go on to that later on. And alternatively, I quite like a linen pant so that I can put a smarter shirt on so I can go out in the evening and be sort of smart casual, that kind of thing. Now, we're in Europe, so we're not worried about the bugs. We're not in Peru in the jungle, we're not on safari, so yes, there'll be a few bugs around, but we're not overly worried about them. So when we're talking about shorts and stuff like that, longer, slightly smarter pair of shorts, I actually feel more comfortable personally in shorter shorts, so I tend to take, sports shorts. And of course, don't forget, there's likely to be a pool nearby, so some kind of swim shorts or something like that, bikini for the ladies, swimming costume, that kind of thing. So, t-shirts, fairly normal. Yeah, I take a few just normal t-shirts. Also, again, in the evening, we're not worried too much around about the bugs, so if you want a slightly smarter shirt, then there you go. Now, also in terms of sun protection, a lot of clothes now you can get SPF built into them. And in terms of flexibility, for example, a longer sleeve, I still call them longer sleeve t-shirts as it were, or long sleeve shirts. This is my Big Journey Company one, like the one I'm wearing, but of course I can roll those sleeves up. So in some ways it's two items of clothing in one space. Ladies, if we're hot, you might want to be thinking obviously about summer dresses, comfort if it's going to be hot, yeah? And in all of this, an element of layering. So as I was saying, you can't always trust the weather. So I would always take a fleece, a sweater. Quite often in countries it will be hot during the day, but then when you get down to the evening, you'll start to get a little bit of a chill in the evening. I quite like a gilet. I don't know if you wear a lot of these, but actually a very, very useful piece of kit for keeping you warm. Just not a complete extra layer, but a little bit of extra warmth. And of course, you want to be thinking about taking some kind of jacket with you. This is a spring weight fleece jacket, so not too heavy, but we'll take the edge off if it's a little bit cool in the evening. Now, as we've said, you can't really trust the weather wherever you go around the world nowadays. So I always tend to take with me a very, very lightweight rain jacket. Now this is quite good because it is windproof as well. So if you get any wind, then it keeps the wind off you, which keeps you warmer as well. Or if you don't want to do something like that, I'm not a big fan of single-use plastics, but you can get them if you want to. Just a poncho, you can have that in your bag. They wrap up into nothing, and then you've just got a bit of an emergency should you get a shower. Right, so the only other thing that's left, just to think about, depending on the trip, if you're going on one of our trips, we will go into more detail about the clothing you require for a specific trip. Check your itinerary. You may need something to dress for dinner, gents. If you need your tuxedo, or ladies an evening gown, then obviously we would let you know before you go. So I hope those bits of information have been really useful to you. If you are booked on a Big Journey trip, then when we get down to it, we will go into a lot more detail about the actual specifics of your trip. Other than that, the only thing I would say to you is when you go on your holiday, commit wholeheartedly. I'm a great believer in you need to be the person dancing, not the person stood at the bar watching. And if you take that thought with you, commit, try the food, engage with the people, get down and feel it and touch it and smell it. What you put into your holiday is what you'll get out of your holiday. Safe travels, everybody.